This edition of the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the mikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at a wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift for remembrance? Makes you laugh and cry at the same time. What if a gift for Grandma's recipes, or just because those smiles and tears will just melt your heart? Call Karen Shaw, Picture This Photo Books, at 646-798-0809, or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter, and check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at themikewagnershow.com and also on Amazon.com at the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, lots of goodies. Make great gifts year-round for family and friends and loved ones. And don't forget to check out the Mian Mohsen Zia store on Amazon for great books like Missing, Want, and Wrinkles. And for great merchandise, check out the Mian Mohsen Zia store on Amazon. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Also on anchorfm/support, and also PayPal at the Mike Wagner Show or Mike Wagner voiceover. And make sure you do so generously today. We're here with 2 wonderful people who are co-founders of manifest.com, a full-service eco third-party logistics company offering carbon neutral services to direct to customers, businesses, and create a green impact by providing eco-friendly third-party solutions and building efficient in operations. So if you had your packages delivered recently, say by UPS, FedEx, or anything like that, it comes in a box. Well, these two wonderful people will tell you about the alternative when it comes to manifestcommerce, and it also does more than just delivers. It also tracks and also just be healthy. So live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in San Diego and in Austin, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, the founders of Manifest Commerce, George Wojciechowski and jenroot. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike.
And to back up a bit, so it's manifestcommerce.io is our website.
.io. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. So we pretty much took that to a whole new level as well, too. So in regards to manifestcommerce.io, you guys are co-founders and full service eco third-party logistics. So you think UPS, Amazon, and FedEx, DHL, XPO, and JB Hunt and all that. This offers a carbon neutral services to direct to customers and businesses and creates a green impact. And not only guys also do the shipping, it also tracks climate and carbon impacts. And of course, you guys are making a big impact, and hopefully you guys can blaze a new trail when it comes to delivering packages. And, in fact, I just put in an order and hopefully gets delivered by you guys. So before I get into all that, guys, tell us how you first got started.
Yeah, so Jen and I have both been in the e-commerce space for almost better half of a decade at this point. I'll let Jen kind of tell her journey, but I spent the last 7 years as a co-founder of a company called ShipBob, which pioneered the democratization of direct-to-consumer e-commerce logistics. Back when we started in 2014, most people still weren't paying attention to smaller to mid-size e-commerce stores. Everybody was still focused on the Walmart and Amazon and Dick's Sporting Goods. The idea that somebody with an inspired idea and a cool idea for a product could start a business and actually take that into scaling it up to millions of dollars was didn't seem feasible. But our bet at that time was that it was, and that this was a trend that was only going to continue to grow. And so we built that company and served, thousands and thousands of merchants, serving as the backbone of their fulfillment for their e-commerce store for about 7 years. And we built that business up to what today is over $1 billion valuation.
Wow.
Yeah. And so about 6 months ago, I left ShipBob after 7 years. It was an amazing journey with phenomenal people. And I wanted to build something new again. And so Jen and I, when I was over at my former company, ShipBob, were partners. I was running our partnerships team and she was at an agency. And we, at the same time, actually, a funny story, I was sending her a LinkedIn message to tell her that I was leaving the company and here's my personal information and personal email so that we can keep in touch. And she actually beat me to it by like 4 or 5 minutes, messaging me at the same time saying that she was actually leaving Ad Quadrant, didn't know what she was going to do next, but here's my information. So it was like a very serendipitous moment where I was like, wait, so me and a couple of our other co-founders, Bob and Max, had been kind of mulling over this idea for a sustainable e-commerce company. And I think that we should put our heads together and see what kind of solution we can come up with. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and so just in short, we've taken our knowledge of the direct-to-consumer e-commerce fulfillment space, reevaluated every step of the process with a sustainable first mentality or sustainable first picture of how things can be done. And we've built the first 3PL that I know of that is completely sustainable. We've taken the bold step of eliminating plastics completely from our fulfillment operations. All of our boxes and poly mailers are made from recycled materials and are curbside recyclable. We offset the carbon footprint via partnership with our partner EcoCart on every single shipment that goes out our door. Invite our merchants and our merchants' customers to do the same. And we power our facilities in Austin, Texas, and soon to be in Atlanta with alternative energy when possible. So here in Texas, a portion of it comes from renewable sources. And in Atlanta, we're looking at a microgrid solution. So, essentially we felt that this was a business that needed to be built. We saw the amazing explosion of e-commerce in 2020, but then we also saw the ugly underbelly, the carbon cost of all this activities. And nobody really had a plan in place of what to do with all this garbage that was being generated from e-commerce. E-commerce is a great thing. It allows a lot of people to leave their jobs and start their own businesses and make a good income for themselves and their family. But the flip side of it is, if we're not using sustainable materials, if we're throwing stuff away directly into the ocean, on a long enough timeline, every single product shipped, whether it's 6 months, 2 months, 4 years, ends up in the dumpsters or ends up in the middle of the ocean. And so the least that we could do is make sure that the transportation and fulfillment of these products are done in an earth-friendly way.
Mm-hmm. And also too, I can relate to experience as well too. I've ordered from Amazon, Walmart, and all the big stores and everything else, and they come in like big packages, even like maybe a small pen or a phone or even like a chip or something, and it's like a big box and it's got all these the peanuts, the popcorn, and they jam paper into it. It's just like, why can't you just make like a really small envelope, or just put in like an 8.5 by 11. It's just like, I can understand what they're doing, but you're exactly right. It's just like, there's like so much space to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that was something else that we reimagined was packaging optimization, because that's happening all over the country, all over the world. Things are shipped on a daily basis like that. You can order something on your phone, it's on your doorstep the next day. And that's what merchants have come to expect as far as speed to help support their consumers. Consumers come to expect that like white glove, quick approach, but that quick approach is often quick and dirty. So, we really put our minds together and thought, how do we create a quick and clean approach to e-commerce logistics and to fulfillment? Because it's possible. There's a lot of things in the supply chain that we cannot control, but the piece where we really come in with 3PL is when we receive inventory in the warehouse. So how can we be green in the warehouse, build efficient and renewable energies in that space? And with the fulfillment part of it, how do we help just basically that carbon footprint? How do we make that shipment carbon neutral so it doesn't impact the environment? So through strategic partnership and just a whole revamp and disruption of the industry, essentially. That's how we're approaching the market. That's how we've gone to market. And, we don't have all the answers today, but we're building and, plan on making this a movement across the whole supply chain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Echoing Jen, we're viewing this as a campaign, Mike. Like, our desire is not just to build a great business, a phenomenal business, but to basically change the paradigm in e-commerce so that sustainability and earth friendliness is in the same conversation as how can I build a profitable business. Mm-hmm. And it's going to happen organically. We all know if we have anybody that's 15 to 22 in our lives or younger, sustainability is already table stakes for them. Like, they expect it. So if brands are not going to make the shift, they're going to find that consumers are not responding to the products that they're making and selling.
Mm-hmm. And I can see what you're saying too. Besides being eco-friendly, that separates you from the Amazons, the UPS, the XPO, and everything. And what else separates you from the competition besides being eco-friendly?
Yeah, from a technical standpoint, our WMS, warehouse management system, OMS and TMS, operating system and transportation system, I would say are a couple years ahead of the rest of the industry at this point in North America. The reason is that it offers full omni-channel and end-to-end omni-channel capabilities. And what's attractive to a lot of merchants nowadays that's becoming more and more relevant is that as businesses grow, for example, say you have a Shopify store or a big commerce store and you've really built out a great audience. Now retailers come knocking at your door. Sephora's knocking at your door, Target's knocking on your door. Having the ability to have a WMS that is able to connect you to all these different channels that allows you to sell your products through is a competitive advantage that the rest of the industry in large part is still trying to catch up to. In addition, we have a 750,000 square foot facility via strategic partnership in Atlanta, Georgia, that's outfitted with the latest and greatest in automation and robotics. Essentially, I would say it's in the top 5, maybe top 10 facilities entire North America that aren't Amazon facilities.
Okay. And in terms of, the whole thing with eco-friendly sustainability and everything, of course, Amazon, UPS, and all we mentioned, have their planes, their trucks, their cars, and speed through and everything else. And in terms of transportation, what are your plans on having it eco-friendly, like say eco-friendly planes, trucks, or anything? It's like, what are some of the things that you want to keep it as eco-friendly transport, separate from the rest?
Yeah, I mean, well, there are green shipping options within those carriers. So UPS, DHL, FedEx, they have green lines where they are powered by biofuels. There is, there are those options. So are those options as readily available and easy to turn on as, what's already in place? Not at the moment. So what we intend to do is, turn on that level of awareness to give merchants access to those green lines. And, if we're dreaming big, there's nothing to say that we can't start our own freight company down the road, that we can't start our own recycling company down the road. There's different paths that our business could take. But as it exists right now, the carrier relationships that are in place, there are green options. It's just a matter of making them easily accessible to the merchant or to the consumer, and also figuring out the cost piece to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there is a bit of a premium, but there may be opportunity to, mitigate that cost because our warehouse is operated by robotics, as an example. So maybe there's a cost break there, and then, we're able to pass through for the green. So, there's opportunity, and a lot of it is still being worked out. We don't have all the answers, but there are options, there are opportunities. And it's just about awareness, really, as to what's available.
Yep. Echoing Jen, it is awareness. And I'll also add, Mike, that when we offset the carbon footprint, it's not apples to apples. It's like not saying like, okay, well, the shipment on planes, trains, and trucks are no longer relevant because we offset the carbon footprint. No, it's a step in the right direction, because that offset, plants trees somewhere on the planet, works toward reforestation, or preserves a part of a forest, or digs a water well in Africa. So we're offsetting it with other activities to make up for that, the carbon footprint of that shipment. Again, it's not the answer, but like Jen said, we started the company and we looked at building a value proposition with a sustainability first mindset. And so it's kind of like Tesla. When the first Tesla came out in 2008, it was a Lotus on an electric powertrain, but they wanted to build a fully sustainable vehicle. And here we are like 15 years later, and they've done it. And it's one of the most popular, probably the most popular vehicle in the world. Mm-hmm. I will also add, Mike, that there's a lot of great funding happening right now for last mile delivery carriers. So
last mile delivery. What?
Last mile delivery. So you're talking about, yeah. So FedEx, UPS, USPS, they're the ones who deliver the packages to the homes of consumers. Like Jen outlined, they do have solutions in place. They're not awesome. They're okay. They're more expensive than the status quo. The goal here is to build a business that offers sustainability, but doesn't increase costs, so you're no longer competitive to the business owner who we're serving. So there's a lot of funding taking place from Silicon Valley and the private equity world into last mile delivery ideas, and that are looking to disrupt those major carriers, and sustainability is one of those points of disruption as well. If you can figure out how to be a cleaner version of USPS, I mean, not necessarily USPS. People are hard on USPS and they handle a lot. They actually do an amazing job. And people forget that USPS is the United Postal Service. It's a service. It's not FedEx or UPS. But regarding FedEx and UPS, yeah, there are new companies coming online that are trying to take away a piece of that market share by doing things differently.
I remember USPS has been around for a long time, and UPS and FedEx were kind of just, getting into the game and getting back to the sustainability, like say with the green, green lines, and also the traditional. How much of cost difference is it between the green lines and the traditional?
It could be pretty substantial from time to time. It depends. Everything depends on how far the package is going and what are the weight and dimensions of that package. It could be anywhere from 7% to 25%. If I'm shipping it from Atlanta to, Bangor, Maine, it could be 12%. But if I'm shipping that same package to Seattle, Washington, it could be 25%. So, yeah, it's not the most competitive option, but it's there. It's there. But again, that's why it's important for us to offset the carbon footprint, because we know we want it to be a competitive solution. And at this point in time, offsetting the carbon footprint is one of the better solutions to negate that carbon cost of getting the package to a consumer's home.
That's rather interesting as well, too. We'll talk more about Manifest Commerce IO with George Wojciechowski and jenroot in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the mikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all you need. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by a picture of this photo box, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at a wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift for memories? Makes you laugh and cry at the same time. Whatever gift for grandma's recipes, or just because those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw, picture this photo books, at 646-798-0809, or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Check out the Mike Wagner Show on over 30 podcast platforms, including the Mike Wagner Show as well. And don't forget to take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for some great gift ideas, including the holidays, Christmas time, any time of the year, to be shipped anywhere, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast or the mikewagnershow.com. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and a lot more. Makes great gifts. Send them off to your loved ones, whether it's local or nationwide, globally, or across the nation. It's there. And also check out the great books by Mia Mosensia store on Amazon as well, too. T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and a lot more. Check out Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM and PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. Well, speaking of the holidays, we were talking about as well, too. We're here with George Wojciechowski and jenroot of manifestcommerce.io on the Mike Wagner Show. And the holidays are coming up as well, too. And of course, the big holiday rush. And what is your plans for when it comes to the big holiday rush in terms of the e-commerce?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure to execute during Q4. Our challenge this year is going to be able to keep up with the tremendous uptick in demand while maintaining our sustainability principles. So there's all sorts of supply chain issues going around on the globe right now. We're making sure to stock up on our sustainable packaging so that we don't have to take any shortcuts and break from our discipline over the holiday season, and just making sure that we have the capacity to keep our word to our clients, that we can get these orders into their customers' hands in a sustainable way and on time when their customers order with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to be prepared for just sheer volume. Last year was one of the busiest holiday seasons for e-commerce due to the pandemic. And, this year we're kind of in a quasi-pandemic. Now there's a lot of online channels that have opened, including interactive shopping, experiential shopping, where you can just buy in the moment, social shopping. So an uptick is expected. So just keeping up with sheer volume and, ensuring that the sustainable ethos is woven throughout our entire, supply chain that we can control, and supporting merchants in their sustainability journey too. So we're hosting a Black Friday, Cyber Monday events on September 30th to help e-commerce merchants in their sustainability efforts and also prepare for any logistic challenges that may arise for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So that'll be a virtual event. And that'll be all things sustainability, all things Black Friday, Cyber Monday to support the online merchant.
Wow. That is something. In fact, I'm at to make a Christmas list right now. So instead of pen and paper, I'm going to write down, okay, let's see. What are some gift suggestions? Okay, we got t-shirts, but that'll be for another time. So
yeah, we can help with that. We have, just based on our portfolio of merchants working with us, we can come up with a pretty awesome Christmas list.
That's amazing. And what are some of the Christmas presents that you recommend, like within the sustainability?
Oh, well,
if you're a great one, let's just say.
Well, we can't talk about one. I think Jen has some on her mind, but there's one really exciting one. The company doesn't launch until October 1st of this year, but they're in the fashion, athletic, or leisure wear space.
Oh, wow.
And they're making biodegradable and sustainable clothing. So there's more to come on that. But Jen, you it seemed like you had a list.
Yeah, well, I'm always shopping all day long. Part of it is research and development for work, of course. And then I am a woman who loves things, and especially beauty products.
Oh,
so
wow.
What I'm starting to see is the beauty market is starting to trend towards sustainability with packaging, yes, but also with natural ingredients, which is something that our skins and our skin, our bodies just naturally absorb better if there's a vitamin E and like a plant product in a beauty product, as an example. So, it is my goal to get carded like well into my 50s. So I'm a big advocate of skincare and natural skincare. So for, all the ladies in your life or the men who love their skincare, there's lots of options out there for.
You were talking about skincare earlier as well, too. And were you guys supporting any CBD products out there?
Yeah. So we're working with a CBD brand called Country Ranch, which is it's smokable hemp. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking more like the CBD you can just like rub on your skin, like you have achy joints, knees, or anything like that. Because I have some myself too, and I tried a CBD product, and I gotta say this, it works wonders. I gotta say that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic product. Everybody should go to countryranch.com. It's a great brand with sustainability values. It's a big part of their mission, and it's in their packaging and it's in their ethos, like Jen said. And it's a great CBD brand, both for recreation and for health and wellness.
Okay. And how about perishable food items? Do you guys handle that?
That's a difficult one, Mike. Perishable food items, that's a specific niche of fulfillment that certain companies focus on. It's hard to put products like apparel and wellness and beauty products next to perishable items. What happens in those situations is that sometimes the food will attract rats or mice or rodents, and you just don't want that same thing next to high-priced electronics. And so we actually shy away from perishable items. We'll store coffee grounds. We have some coffee clients.
Oh, wow.
But that's about it. Like, as long as it has a shelf life of about 4 to 6 months, it makes sense to store it. Otherwise, we probably would not. But I want to share actually something funny with you, Mike. When we started in the business 7 or 8 years ago, peak season, as we call it in e-commerce, started literally on Black Friday. You'd have Thanksgiving dinner, and then everybody would go shopping. Every year since 2014, that timeline has moved up. So then next year it was like November 20th, and then it was like November 17th. Now it's like November. And so the last year, I think it started like literally right after Halloween. So it's really exciting to see when that. Yeah, and so it'll be really exciting to see when that uptick happens. I'm predicting it'll be before, a couple days before or so before Halloween or just after, but every year it gets pushed back like another 3 or 4 days.
If it starts on Halloween, that would be pretty scary. I gotta say that.
Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving is kind of the forgotten holiday. So, you'll start to see when you go into your local stores and everything, the Halloween candy is on discount, and then like the Christmas trees are out. So there's that like weird halfway period in November where, you could be like, there could be a Christmas tree on one side and like a skeleton on the other side.
Yep.
So, we always watch on Day of the Dead on November 1st. We always watch Nightmare Before Christmas, like as transition into the Christmas holiday. But yeah, George is absolutely right. And really Amazon is driving a lot of that demand too, with pushing their Prime Day back. So they're kind of a good pulse on the market to see what consumer behavior looks like. That also helps to inform individual brand behavior and brand marketing on their Shopify sites. So, we love to shop, and that's okay, but it shouldn't come at the cost of the environment.
That's very true as well, too. I was going to say, too, that my version of Black Friday is, eating leftover turkey, especially after watching the Dallas Cowboys lose. Like, it's like the last, Thanksgiving day or night of the year. So it's like, if they win or lose, I'm sure people will just pick up and say, buy something from the store. Then Black Friday starts if they win or lose the Dallas Cowboys.
That's right. And the Detroit Lions always plan Thanksgiving too, and they always lose.
Yeah. I think with the Lions, it's like if they lose, it's like they'll buy something, either they'll cure their downers or their puppy uppers or anything like
that. Right.
There's always an excuse. Yeah.
and of course too, is the saying, the merchandise, depending on how the team does, if the team does great, the price goes up, but if a team plays bad, the price goes down. And of course, with this mug I have on my show, it's like I actually bought it in South Dakota, and I got for $10. That was when the Broncos were having a down year. So I guess just a word of the wise, if you want cheap merchandise, buy the ones with a team that had a crappy year. I'll tell you that. Patriot fans, are you listening a couple of years from now?
So you're saying buy the dips and resell the highs, because when the team's doing great, just sell all that old gear at a higher price.
Well, I'm not a stock market expert, but I'm kind of noticing too, right, Jen? I know you're going to say something about it. So,
yeah, no, it's simple economics.
Yes, and I'm learning something as well too. So we're here, George Wojciechowski and Jen Root of manifestcommerce.io on the Mike Wagner Show, and we'd love to have you guys back and maybe give us an update on how your company's doing, and besides all the plans you have, what can we expect from you, not just in 2021, but 2022 and beyond that.
Yeah. So actually, it's a 1-month anniversary since we officially launched. We were operating in pilot up until August 16th. And the response from the e-commerce community has been very enthusiastic and very validating. I think that there's been a lot of perhaps guilt to some extent in the e-commerce business, where you have a lot of brands claiming sustainability and being sustainable in the ways that they can control. But they essentially, when it comes to their fulfillment and their supply chain, they kind of have to look the other way because these are the only solutions available. And so the response has been very exciting for us, and to find like-minded merchants to work with has been an absolute joy. And as we go ahead, sorry, Mike.
No, go ahead, keep going here.
No, and as we go toward 2020, I mean, like we covered earlier in the conversation, we don't have all the answers, but we are running this as a campaign to create a change within the entirety of e-commerce, so that sustainability is at the forefront of any business conversation, that it's essentially table stakes in the industry. And we're going to continue to work really hard. We've got 2 other business partners who are very heavy on the operations side that are actively sourcing, even after the first iteration of the solution that we've been able to present to the public, better solutions, better materials, better, more sustainable ways of running a fulfillment operation. So you'll continue to see improvements from us and with our partners. A lot of this change can't happen alone. We need participation from the broader e-commerce community, the merchants, the agencies, the tech supply, the tech companies. And I think slowly over time, this is going to come together, and it'll be a really huge source of pride for our generation to be able to look back and say, hey, yeah, not only did we build cool businesses and delivered great experiences and products to people's doorsteps, but we actually took one of the world's biggest industries and made it earth friendly and sustainable. And I think that's something that we can all hang our hat on and be very proud of.
Mm-hmm. And that is very fantastic as well. And who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
That's a really good question. I really love weaving in spirituality into my business practices. So, when I think of kind of how I manage my day or manage the business, I take kind of a Dalai Lama type of influenced approach.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I love Ray Dalio as well from like a business perspective. So there's just a lot of real organizational psychology that Ray Dalio brings to my sphere of knowledge that helps me manage my day-to-day, helps me manage teams, understand personality differences and what motivates people. So, also Maslow and like the hierarchy of needs when it comes to motivational psychology. I weave that into my business practices too. So there's a lot of influence just outside of business that I consider, kind of influential that I've molded into how I run my day to day and how I look at things big picture.
That's interesting. And George, go ahead. Who's your biggest influence?
Well, just echoing what Jen said. On top of that, I thought we kind of feel like all of the influences of our life up until this point, when we started this business, led up to us being the right people to build this business at the right time in e-commerce. So there's a lifetime of influences and experiences. I think Jen's were fantastic. Ray Dalio, fantastic book. I've read it a couple of times. I would also add Mark Benioff, CEO of Salesforce, to that as well, because he's built an amazing business, seems to be having fun, and he's always incorporated a social mission to his company's operations. And I think we've borrowed some of that and applied it to not only the social mission of our business, but also the environmental mission of our business.
That is amazing. I mean, I'm getting great ideas from you guys. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Bet on yourself and let it ride a little bit. I think we all owe it in our lives to follow our passions, do what's going to fulfill us. And, as unsettling as it may be, it's worth it. At the end of the day, if you fail and it doesn't work out, nobody's going to drag you into the street and shoot you. So
very refreshing to hear. Go ahead, Jen.
Thank God, right? Because, there's other countries, there's other times where that could happen, just for expressing your ideas. So, there's so much to be said with the bravery and courage and just like the pure grit of starting a business and building. And I love it. It excites me, which is why, I do what I do and we do what we do every day. And George is just an amazing business partner. But really having fun while you're doing what you're doing every day, I think is so important. And to George's point, not being afraid to fail, because every failure holds a seed of what the future potentially could look like. So as long as you're failing forward and you're getting up and you're brushing yourself off and you're like, you know what? I'm not doing that again. And I'm going to keep going. So, just the sheer tenacity of just keep on keeping on. And it's in Finding Nemo, where it's something that I repeat to myself. If I'm in the weeds and I'm having one hell of a day, it's just keep swimming, just keep
swimming. Oh my gosh. I'm about to watch that movie again with my son. He was 3 years old when it came out, obsessed with it. flashback. I gotta say that. Oh my gosh, that's
you just keep on swimming, keep on going, and with each step that you're taking too, it's like if you're holding a flashlight and you're walking, you're only going to see what's illuminated like right there in front of you, and then you take another step and it's a little bit more, and you just keep on going.
That is so fantastic. Guys, you've been very amazing. We're here, George Wojciechowski and Jen Root of manifestcommerce.io on the Mike Wagner Show. Guys, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic, both of you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date and give us some updates on your great company, especially during the holiday rush. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people simply check out manifestcommerce.io?
Wonderful, Mike. Thank you for having us on the show. We enjoyed this, and we're definitely going to order a Mike Wagner throw pillow for the office.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, you know where to go. And I'll tell the guys, hey, could you make it green, please? Not literally green, but maybe just, crawl your way over and not get it dirty. Okay, we will do that.
Love it.
Picture this photo books, where remembering is the key ingredient. Preserving memories, keeping the memories of your loved ones alive as they reach in and touch your heart. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whether it's a gift of past holidays, grandma's recipes, long ago moments, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809. Once again, that's 646-798-0809, or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.